Good evening. Okay, apparently I'm here. Can you see my smiling face?
No, I don't see nothing yet over here.
Really?
Just, oh, when I was doing something. Oh, a commercial came on.
Oh, that's why.
I didn't know commercials came on when I streamed.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, I see you.
Howdy, 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 howdy.
I just heard you.
Can you see my smiling face? So anyway,
Yeah,
welcome.
you?
Welcome, welcome,
Not starting
welcome.
yet. Not supposed to start yet.
We're gonna go about an hour here, and hi, Marie, and geez, I'm not gonna be able to say hi to everybody. Um, Tammy's gonna come in here in a minute and read questions to me and stuff so that I can
Hold on.
get this thing
I just lost.
going. But hello, everybody. Glad to have you. It's going to be about an hour unless you keep me around longer. I can't imagine why you'd do something like that. We're here in Morristown, Arizona, and we just got a whole bunch of rain. So it's looking like it's going to be a good year for us to hunt nuggets if this keeps up every now and then. We got some torrential rain. So hi, Paul. Who else we got? David, Richard, Steve, Hot Rocks Prescott. Man,
Why is it not
just
taking the person's name off?
too many people for me to count. So John, hi John, Iron Jim, howdy, Tom, David. I think I said that already. But anyway, if you guys got any questions at all about what I do or metal detecting or stuff in my office, I'm here for you. And basically, what this one's about too is we got a lot of stuff coming up this year. It's going to be a good year. It's the first year I'm retired, fully retired from my regular job, which was property management. A lot of people get confused and think I quit selling metal detectors or something. No, I'll still have my dealership with my lab and Nugget and all the rest. And I'm just going to be more mobile. Tammy and I are going to be doing a lot of traveling, and we're going to show you a lot of cool stuff coming up. And we got some really big plans. And I want to do a little shout out here too for you folks that are here. And it would be these guys right here, AU Addicts. AU Addicts. Okay, it's all uppercase, and they've got a channel they started pretty recently. But these guys hunt silver with metal detectors in Arizona, and I'm not talking coins. I'm talking silver. I'm talking nuggets, big nuggets, and we might even get a chance to go up there and hunt with them and check out their channel because it is really cool. And everybody's thinking about hunting gold all the time, and nobody really stops to think, well, there's other minerals here too. I've got a bunch of copper nuggets, and we find those fairly regularly in the gold fields out here. They show up sometimes. Just depends on what's in the soup when it's deposited. Yeah, so who else we got? Jerry, hi, Jim. Oh, geez, Tom, Mayor Videos is here. Yeah, good crowd.
Some names aren't being highlighted when I
Yeah.
post it.
I don't know what happened to Tammy. Maybe she's got stage fright or something.
I'll be in there in a minute.
She's here, he's here. But I'm going to tell you a little story, okay, to get you wound up. I get people asking me every time, and I'm going to do a shout out, by the way, for a channel or two every time I do one of these. But anyway, back to the story. A lot of people ask me what some of my weirdest finds are. Now, the majority of my hunting is done out in the Arizona desert. You all know that, or most of you do. If you don't, you will. And I hunt washes everywhere out there, and I like to follow dry washer piles. I mean, that is evidence that the old timers were working the wash, which means there's a good chance there's going to be gold there, which is that's the place for me. So I like hunting the old tailings piles and stuff like that. And I've made some bizarre finds in these tailings piles, including old watches, a wedding ring, some baby spoons, and a key that said "key to my heart" on it, and all kinds of just really weird stuff. I got a lot of it in this case over here, and during these live shows, I'll drag some stuff out of there too. But this one, it tops them all. Okay, this little gem right here is what I thought was a really nice little gold nugget, and it's a beauty. Check it out. There's to be something funky about this nugget. And the other side of this was all packed with dirt when I dug it up, so it was heavier. And when I cleaned it up at home, the backside looks like this. Okay, it's a tooth, a cap off a tooth. Some miner or somebody somehow lost the cap off his gold tooth, or maybe he became a victim of something or someone back in the old days. I don't know when they started doing this, but that's a nice cap off a tooth, but it is gold. It is gold. I think it's like 10 karat gold. I'm not sure. But that was one of my funniest finds. I laughed pretty hard when I got home and cleaned that thing up. I just couldn't believe it. And oh, metal detecting for gold. I know a lot of people that come in here and watch maybe don't detect for gold a lot. And if I could give somebody a tip or give you something to take away from this, it's sample, work yourself around. Don't just randomly pick a spot and go out there and hunt, because it leads to a lot of heartbreak in the long run. And I've learned along the way that nobody ever gets it all. Now, I have spots I don't like going back to because I've been there too many times, but I can get the gold monster usually and squeak one little piece out. If not, there still could be gold there. Or next big rain, part of the bank could roll in and drop a nugget in there. There's a lot of way it sort of replenishes itself, but very slowly, and it sure doesn't grow back. But sample more than one area and learn why you're there. And I'm not sure about publications in other countries, but here in the U.S., we have the Bureau of Mines, which does publications on all these placer areas out here. I mean, stuff you can download free. Okay, grab your pencils. I'll give you a couple minutes to get a pencil. And you can download all this information free. And when I go out to these spots, I'm not going out there bare naked. Okay, too many cactus. But reality is, I know why I'm in the spot that I'm in. I've done some research. I'm thinking, gee, that looks really good for gold right there. So then I do some more research online, stuff like that. And I can come up with a pretty good idea when the old timers were in there, what they were doing, how they were doing it, how much gold was found in a particular placer area, and what's around that particular placer area. Okay, so here you are armed with all that knowledge, and that saves you from what happened to me when I first started doing this. And that was simply, I'd load my truck up and I'd grab my old dog DJ most of the time. And well, he's gone now, but he's a good old dog. But he did a lot of nugget hunting with me. But I'd get the dog and we go flying out to this spot 3 hours from home. And you pull up there in the truck, and when you're new to this, as a lot of you know, even coin relic hunting, it's tough at first to get it figured out. And we get out of the truck and look around and go, where the heck do we start? It all looks the same out there. It all looks the same. Well, hi, Jeff. Good to see you in here, my friend. That's my goodie stuff over there in that cabinet. And yeah, I was gonna maybe Slim ought to try using one of these. You know, they're nice and light anyway. So, but anyway, that's the one thing I want to leave with you people is you've got to know why you're out there. And one of my biggest fears when I started out now that Jeff Williams is here, because this is what he does, but is geology. Okay, and I'm going to give Jeff a shout out. And his channel is an amazing channel. I mean, I laugh all the way through some of his stuff, and you just shake your head sometimes. He's a great guy. But one thing that I've always got from any of his videos I watch, no matter how much goes on during the video, I leave that video thinking, oh my God, I learned something. And he speaks geology in English, which can be quite difficult. And another one's Chris Ralph, professional prospector. He's good too. But that's what scared me the most. When I learned I had to learn geology. And the most geology I had before that was my grandfather had a rock shop in Charlevoix, Michigan, when I was a boy. And I used to love sitting in that rock shop and polishing rocks. And I'd go out on the beach. And yeah, I won't forget Slim. I think Slim's probably taught you pretty much everything you know. I just don't like to say that in public, but there you go. You went and asked for it. The only geology I learned was about how to pick up rocks off the beach, but I always had an interest in rocks. And when I learned I had to learn geology for this, I was a little apprehensive because it's a lot to learn in geology. These guys can go out there and look at an area, and right away they know it's juicy. It takes me a little longer. You've got to learn a lot of stuff about deposit of minerals in the ground, but you don't have to learn all geology. But the thing about geology is, especially if, like Jeff said, you're on shale where they're making it fun, you become hungry for more. So you're learning why the deposits are there, how they got there, and you learn about early stuff, late stuff, how old some of these rock deposits are, how far they come from the deep in the earth to be pushed up by the forces of nature. It's just amazing. It's amazing stuff. But by learning that little bit of geology that's required to find gold deposits, and a good example of this is contact zones. Okay, Tammy, when she first started, it was hard enough, never having used a metal detector or been out in the desert to learn to use a metal detector to get out there. Then I start rattling on to her, the area we were hunting out here, about contact zones and why they're important. And I showed her a schist, and it's a kind of a greenish schist out here, and rhyolite contact. I said, that's why we hunt these areas. We're looking for this, and yada, yada, yada. Well, she didn't get it at first. And we're driving this little road back and forth to a spot we hunted. And I don't know, it was about the third time going in there. And we're driving over the hill. And we came over that hill, and she told me to slow down. I slowed down. She goes, that's a contact zone right there, isn't it? I said, yeah. And this one's like butter knife clean. And it goes across the road. There's no overburden or anything growing on top of it. There's just this line of schist and this line of rhyolite. And it's just a flat line across. And it's nice and rotten in between. And a wash was created there because of the softness of the minerals. And but she learned at that point. So I call that Tammy's contact over there every time I go over it. But learn why you're in a spot. And the information out there is abundant. Okay, I just gave you a couple good channels to learn geology and have fun doing it. Now I'm going to give you some free stuff, and those channels are free too. But you can go online to Google. Easy enough, right? Do a search for placer gold deposits of Arizona. You're going to come up with free downloads for these books. Okay, once you got these books in your hand, you got something, because the book's going to tell you everything about that placer deposit, how old it is, Precambrian, some of them are out here, Post-Cambrian. And when you start thinking about how we used to sit around campfires and talk about, well, when the mountains were 3,000-4,000 feet higher, and this gold eroded down here, and not knowing anything about placer gold and whatnot, we were talking about Precambrian and Post-Cambrian deposits, and the mountains we were looking at probably weren't there yet. But the gold's been moved around all this time. And it's just, the book tells you all these things. So you know if you've got secondary enrichments, so you've got the earlier placer, and there's also secondary enrichments from those new mountains that were formed many years ago, but after the other gold was deposited. It has mixed up on your hair. But when you learn all that stuff, it's a big help. And the geology is going to be there. They're going to tell you what types of rocks are associated with the gold deposits, where they are in the gold deposits, what the gravels are consisting of, how deep the gold's in the gravel, where the gold was mechanically concentrated by erosion or not, whether it's in alluvial or alluvial. And I mean, everything's there for you. So now you're getting out of your vehicle and you've got something on your mind and you're going, okay, this is this, there's where they did that. And I'm going to hunt right there. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And any questions now? I'm going to read. I'll put my glasses on and read. I'm sorry, I've been blowing past you all, I know. Okay. So once you've got all this knowledge in this little book, okay, so download, you can get this for the Southwest. California, I think there's 2 different books, maybe 3. Nevada has one. Utah even has one. New Mexico, Colorado. Yeah, U.S. Geological Survey is where the books were originally came from. And then you've got Wilson and Johnson, Maureen Johnson and Eldred Wilson, both interpreted what they read from that bulletin or many bulletins, and they put that in book form. And I found it pretty useful sometimes to have more than one book about the same subject by different authors, because a lot of those different authors will put in stuff the other ones didn't. And USGA reports, okay, that's a big deal too. And this stuff's all available online. You just go on there and do a search for it, and it's going to be free, most of it. And you can get into the BLM and get reports on claims and where you're at and why you're there. And Jeff doesn't know it until I say it right here, but a claim came open recently in a place called Lost Basin. And I had all this stuff done. I had all the paperwork put together. We zipped out there to put in a location marker for a fellow that had decided he didn't want to claim anymore. You're going to know what I'm talking about, Jeff. And Slim beat me to it. We got out there to that corner where we were going to put our location monument. And we could smell the fresh paint on that white marker out there. And Jeff had already grabbed that claim up. So you got to be quick out here. Slim was a little quicker than me. And we thought that was pretty funny. We still got to take a nice drive out there and look around. So I was going to try to tell you online, Jeff, but there you go. It was fun. It was fun. But you must have been out there the day before or that day because the tracks were still fresh. And but that's a good area up there. I love that area too. I love it. And that was one of the areas up in there where I first started hunting and met some of the old timers up there. Yeah, you got to be quick. You got that right. Well, I know you had your eyes on it. And I knew it was right next to your claim, you know. And I was scrambling, but you caught it before I did. Good on you, man. Fair and square. Fair and square. And but doing your research, and you need to know where you are. A lot of times, claim markers get knocked down by people, and it's not the claim owner's fault. Okay. If those markers get knocked down, we're required once a year and to put them up and make sure they're right, and then be as diligent as possible the remainder of the year until the next year when we refile. And a lot of times markers get knocked down or people throw them in the campfire and burn them so they don't get in trouble for claim jumping. But the reality is, if you're in an area and you do find gold and you're exploring and you don't see claim markers, you don't see anybody having that claim, you still need to go back and look at the LR 2000 or some of the sites that are out there, like My Land Matters, some of the other sites. And there's gold maps online. There's Mine Cache, and all of those. You can download maps and claims and see what's recent claims are there or what's there has been dropped. But it's still not exact. There's a lot of research that goes into that. And like Jeff's laughing about there, that was a race. And I'm sure there was a few other people that wanted that claim too. It's a particularly good spot. And do your research. And that's what this site is about. And I may goof around and we may do some other stuff. And yeah, we pick mushrooms up there for morels and stuff. And all of it's just stuff we do. But the gold part of it, when I first started out, nobody would tell you nothing. This is back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was fresh at it, green. Went and bought a detector. I had no clue what I was doing. I watched Tom Massey on TV on Gold Fever. He was on Saturday. And I happened to be home one Saturday. It was raining or something. And I watched that show. And I saw him digging nuggets out of tailings piles in Australia. And I said, well, heck, I can do that. And I saw another one the next week about Arizona. And said, well, I'm going to be a gold miner. And I learned real quick there's a lot more to it than just buying a metal detector. I thought you could just go out in the backyard or out in the wash anywhere and just find gold. And that's why I realized I had to learn some geology. And I did get real lucky early on. I met Jim Strait when I was pretty young to all this. And he taught me a lot. I miss Jim. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that might be the case, but I took a shot at it anyway. Man, what do you got to lose, you know? Yeah. It's better to sample, wash, or a tailings pile. Sampling and hunting tailings piles are two different things. I mean, you can sample both. I look for obvious places in a wash, and when I sample with a detector, um, I'm looking for a spot that should have gold in it, and I'll hunt that spot. And if I do find gold in a wash, I'll hunt that wash slower and more thoroughly. A lot of times, you got it especially when you're prospecting, you got to move around. You got to sample, and we take samples out of washes and look for fine gold. You know, right through the little scoop we can pan, or we pan in some cases, pan the stuff. Um, a lot of the areas we hunt out here don't have a lot of fine gold in the washes. A lot of it's washed away, and there's nothing left but some of the bigger chunks that got jammed into tight places. It's interesting, but you get down in the flatter areas, there's pretty good stuff. Out here at San Domingo, there's a lot of flour gold out here. I tend to hunt some of the other areas here, Harkle Hollis, places like that, where the placer gravels are concentrated down in the low, but a lot of the gold's still up in the mountainsides and the hills, and a lot of the placer gravels are washed off and actually left gold where a normal person would look and wouldn't think there'd be gold there. I like tailings piles because a dry blower, as they call it overseas, or a dry washer, a simple machine, and it works really well. But anybody that talks to you about a dry washer is going to tell you they lose anywhere from 15 to 30% of the gold goes through them. And depending on the guy running the dry washer, it could be more than that. And you're also going to sacrifice the bigger stuff. I mean, at first it sounds really easy to watch you got a grizzly running this way with 3/8 mesh minus or something like that as an actual grizzly to screen the bigger rocks off. Okay, then it goes through the puffer part, separates the gravel, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of places you can screw up with a dry washer. You're raking all that gravel off the top. It sounds easy to look for the nuggets as they roll off, but the nuggets aren't always as pretty as they look when you see somebody showing you a nugget. And they rolled off into those tailings piles, and they didn't have metal detectors. So I found a lot of gold in coarse tailings. The fine piles, if the guy has a machine set up wrong, he's going to float the bigger flakes and stuff right off the top and right into this tailings pile. And when that gold monster first came out, I used to do a lot with the gold bug too. The gold monster is incredible at finding those little bitty flakes. And I cleaned up pretty good in a lot of those places. Okay, I was looking for a claim. Yeah, trash out here.
That question out loud.
Okay, Washington Beach Mining didn't ask a question, but he's talking about trash when he was out here. It's bad. It's bad. It's just, I can't believe. I mean, if it's old timer trash, I get it. I mean, there wasn't a trash company to come get your trash, and it was hard enough to pull your supplies in there. And a lot of them at least put it in one pile. But these days, with all the UTV riders and stuff, man, we got beer cans, you name it. Used diapers, it's all over out there now, and that's sad to see. And there used to be a lot of these back roads in Arizona. You get on one of these back roads and you're in the boondocks, and you broke down out there. You better know how to bail and wire your tie rod back together and get back out of there, I had to do that once. I used baling wire and duct tape and go real slow, and I got out. But I've had some worse ones.
Outdoor Wally.
Hey, I would love to go gold hunting with Jeff Williams. You know what? And then chances are that may happen. I met Jeff at a couple of the gold shows I was speaking at and stuff, and we talked on them. Like now he's here, and I've talked to him a little bit back and forth on our channels. But I'm always open for that. And I'm always open to do collaboration videos. I got a couple claims out here and go putter around on and do a collaboration sometimes. And I would really like to get Jeff and I won't forget Slim. You can bring the skinny guy. You're gonna have to have a 2-seat buggy. But I'd like to have Jeff come out and look at some of the areas I hunt out here.
You're a good cook, Jeff?
Yeah. I see him cook some beans and he had some ingredients in there he might not like, maybe. But I'd like to have Jeff look at some of the area out here. He'd be jumping all over the place, going crazy. Beautiful stuff. But I need to know more about it. I know there's some spots out here that we found some placer gold that is so rough, it's come right out of the vein. And this area is notorious for stringer veins. We have a lot of schist and granodites out here, and a lot of rhyolite. And everything out here is perfect for gold. It's perfect. And we got this iron stained quartz hematite, and we find a lot of gold in those areas. And yeah, I'd like to have Jeff talk one of these days. I don't know. Maybe Slim's a better cook than you, Jeff. I saw those secret ingredients you put in them beans. I don't think I'll be wanting any of that, if you don't mind. Don't want to insult you or nothing, but geez.
Oh, honey. So we can't have a cook-off?
Not with Jeff. You do it with Slim. Yeah.
Anne Marie said Tammy is the chef.
Well, why don't you come on in there so they can see you?
Oh.
You're just right next door for.
I know. I just was letting you answer all your questions. Anne Marie.
And Marie says, no, don't let him cook for you. I'll go back into Jeff's channel a little bit. You know, if you guys want to learn geology, there's 2 of them I highly recommend. And most of you know about Jeff Williams already. And ask Jeff Williams. And the subject matter in there is phenomenal. And you get to see some cool stuff and some fair cooking videos, I guess you'd say. And the other one's a good friend of mine. I've known Chris Ralph for many, many years. And Chris Ralph also speaks English when it comes to geology. And by saying that, I mean, most times when these guys give you a mineral name or something, they got the darn mineral right there and hold it up and show it to you. And what I recommend when you're out in the field, what I did anyway, and what worked for me, was I brought home samples. And I could go up to you, show you my yard someday, and it looks just like a mine dump. I mean, there's just, I use them around the driveways, I use them on the walkways, use them around the trees, and we got 5 acres here, and there's rocks everywhere. And I learn a lot by bringing those home and identifying them. And it got to be, after a while, it was kind of fun, and it still's kind of fun for me, and I still get stumped. I get out there, and I'm not sure what I'm looking at in some cases.
Hello,
Hey,
everybody.
There's Tammy.
Hi, good evening.
Let me move my
Or morning, wherever you may be
wherever
from.
you may be.
Yeah, scoot over. Give us a room.
So now you can ask
I know
the
I'm trying to be able to read from here.
big metal detector. A contest? I don't know if I'd be too keen on that.
What?
Contest with Jeff.
Oh,
Hunting
well,
gold.
not cooking. Oh,
That wouldn't
okay.
be fair because that wouldn't be fair because he's
Hi, everybody.
new to
Saying
the
hi.
area and I'm not. So yeah, big thanks to all the gold community, especially on
Yes.
YouTube. We used to have to go to the library and get books to learn stuff, right? And you can type something into that little bar right up there on top, and boom, it pops up. I mean, not just one either. You get a whole list of stuff to look at. YouTube's become what my go-to. I mean, I got to fix a truck, YouTube. You know, we got to fix something in the camper.
Oh, thank
YouTube.
you, digging.
Thank you. Thank you very
We're
much.
trying not to talk over each other, y'all, but we're both reading. So I want to say hi, Digging, and Christopher Diver, John Hudjo. Forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong.
Oh, Lester.
I just want to say hi to everybody. Brian,
Lester's in here.
Lester Lepore, Nikki's Prospecting, Anne Marie. Hi, Anne. Secret Creek Prospecting. Hello. And Heavy Meadow Detective.
Yeah. I learn a lot here. Okay. Like I was saying, when I'm fixing my truck or something, I use Allians, and I'm a coin relic hunter too. And I'm not near as good as some of these guys at coin and relic hunting. Yeah, because number one, those are the hardest people for me
Hi,
to train.
Ed.
Hey, digging. Send me an address.
Tell him thank you. Did you tell him thank you?
I did tell him. Send me an address to nuggetshooter@outlook.com, and I'll send you off something. And
hello, Bruce. Sorry, I gotta say hello.
I lost track of where I was at now.
I apologize.
Yeah.
You're talking about digging, sending you an address or something.
Nope, it's something else.
Oh.
I was on a good one too, man.
Man, say what? We messed it up.
Hi, y'all. Jerry Prince. Hi, Jerry. Bruce. Hi. Jeez. Lots of people. Lots of people.
See that one?
Have any go find in stock right now? You're talking about the pinpointer, I assume, or go find detectors. I believe the go finds are in stock. And I don't think I've updated my website and put the new ones up there yet. Thanks for reminding me. I better get busy with that. Aqua Chigger. It's his fault I'm here.
Oh, we're both have a channel now. It's because of Aqua Chigger, basically.
Yeah, he came out here. A lot of people know this story, but he came out here a couple of years ago and asked me why I wasn't on YouTube, and we had a long conversation, and I ended up on YouTube.
Trying to keep up with questions.
Yes, I wanted to dry wash, but the ground is too wet. Yes, it was.
Okay, up here. Sorry, I'm just trying to help, so we don't try to we try not to miss y'all's questions, y'all, but sometimes it goes really fast. Secret Creek Prospecting says, Bill, do you carry graphite rod or stick for 800?
I've got carry graphite. No, I don't. You mean for ground balancing? Gold here. Gold. Okay.
Thanks, Mark. He said, hey guys, you look rested.
Huh?
I'm all right. Digging it. You see, can you say it? You did send me something, a Mine Lab 540 machine. A lot of people don't know you or you're a dealer.
You know why? I'm a crappy dealer. When I do these videos, I'm not trying to really sell you anything, except I try to, I'm not going to be an idiot and say I don't like making money and getting paid for what I do, because I do okay there.
Hi, Uncle Ron.
I think it's important to help people, and that's why I'm here. And I found this area to educate from. I used to do talks at seminars and seminars, and
what are you doing?
I almost hit you with my hand.
Oh my god!
I had seminars and gold shows. And I talked with my hands, and I got on YouTube, and now I can reach a lot more people and help them. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that there was nobody to teach us back in the old days. That's the rule was that. So you had to go look in books. I think Peter Heidelauer had a book out back then, and Jim McCullough, I think, had a book out. Larry Salee, and there weren't many other people that had books out, and nobody just wanted to help anybody. These guys were finding sunbakers regularly. When I started, there were sunbakers. You get a cigarette, you look nice, sitting there on top of the ground, pick it up, throw it in the pouch.
Oh, we're missing so many questions.
Yeah.
I know Outdoor Wally said something about something, and we missed it twice.
Okay, I can back up.
Sorry, y'all. There's so many going up as we're talking, and both and then us trying to
have any lost treasure stories for your area? Yes, we have lost treasure stories, Wally. There's been numerous treasures buried here, and one of them, there was a massacre in Wickenburg, and some Indians raided the stage and killed everybody. And only 2 people lived through that massacre. And there's a story if you look it up, Wickenburg Stage Massacre, and it's really interesting. One of the guys survived and a woman survived. And they were out of ammunition, so they both started firing and made the Apaches back off. And they took off running. They only had a couple bullets left, and she was injured, so he had to carry her on his back. And he ran like 1.5 miles to 2 miles with this woman on his back. She took a couple more arrows, and he took 2 bullets and an arrow, and he made it into a little community that was close to there.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy the strength people have.
Yeah, I know, right? Trying to keep
But
up.
there's several stories here, and you never know when you'll walk over a place where a miner was burying stuff and hide it. Chick was using a Gold Monster 1000 for a while. I think if he came back out here, he'd be using one.
Yeah.
Detector brands isn't something I get into very much because there's a lot of good detectors out there. And some are more suited to do things than others. And that's why so many of us use a particular brand out here, or in like a 3-brand circle of things that most of us use. And my lab's probably, well, no, probably too, it is at the top of the heap, technology wise and whatnot for gold nuggets. But there are other brands that do quite well out here. I just think my lab has the edge. It's a whole lot different. And that's what I was saying earlier. One of my hardest people to train is you guys that claim relic hunting. You swing fast. Man, we move slow doing this. I mean, we move incredibly slow because gold is number 3 down on the conductor list. So, yeah, you got silver, copper, then gold. So it's not necessarily that great of a conductor, and it does all right. But yeah, let's see.
Do you see the next question by Bruce?
Bruce, where's
Was
Bruce?
there enough rain recently to have water flow in the Little San Domingo line?
Yes.
Yes,
it flowed.
we got quite a bit.
We got poured on in the hills, San Domingo area, when we were sitting in the house in the living room. We're looking out the window, and it's pouring here, but over there it was black.
Yes, it was.
I mean, you couldn't see the mountains. You couldn't see anything. And I think part of that was because a lot of it was snow and sleet coming down, so it made it darker. But yeah, we had snow in the yard. It's quite the show.
Yeah,
Our
for
whole yard was a lake.
5 minutes, a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, y'all saw, if y'all watched my videos, you saw the little snow videos we did for the 5 minutes of snow.
We probably got about 2 inches of rain. I guess
we
over
got,
2
yeah.
Okay, Secret Creek.
I can't see the next question because of the
Oh,
arrow.
because you know what? I scrolled it. Now it's
Yeah,
not
and we're
working.
probably missing
Holy
so
cow.
many.
Consider showing the gold you find and pay dirt for those. Yes, I have actually considered that. And if I do a lot of dry washing, I was going to do just that. So watch, it may happen. I've got a pretty good amount right now from dry washing. So hi, Brett.
Yes,
Hey, back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I might need to get glasses.
Hey,
I'm
goat.
squinting.
Okay, that's what I mean.
You need to put your glasses on.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I can see it, but
Okay, here we go.
I am getting older.
Anybody we're up to Arizona purchase a claim from? Yeah. Land Matters. Look up Land Matters, and it might come up as My Land Matters. It's a website, and you can actually go there and look up what areas are claimed and not claimed for free. And Barry, the guy that runs that place, is very helpful for a fee. And if you tell him an area you're interested in, he will find what's open there and what is probably good area, and work with him. Nobody's going to do it free, but as far as buying them online, man, look at it like this. Gold's worth, I'm not sure what it's worth today, but it's up there close to $2,000. Okay, so now you got a guy wanting to sell you a claim with lots of gold on it for $5,000. Well, you know, I wasn't born yesterday, so I'd be saying, Okay, so why would he sell you a claim for $5,000 that you know what I mean? that you could find lots of gold on. So claims that have a good chance of making good money on paying money, you're going to pay considerably more money, and I would be careful and hire somebody to check the claim beforehand. That's the key. It may cost you $100 to have some guy go out there, check the claim for you, do some research on it, and I'd rather pay a guy like Barry than get ripped off.
Have you ever, Terry Curry, I think it says, have you ever had a dangerous moment?
Oh yeah, but a jar with gold in it, cool.
Yeah, trying to keep up with
Have I ever had the dangerous?
We can't
moment?
talk at the same time, y'all. What the heck?
Yeah, quite a few. I think one of the worst ones was I wasn't paying attention. I had a signal. I was walking backwards and I was on a slope, and I fell down the slope. At the bottom of the slope, there's about a 4-foot little straight drop cliff, type short little cliff, and I was rolling towards that hill, and I was going to bounce off that cliff and go down another one. And bouncing around in the Arizona desert is not a good thing because just about everything out here will prick you, stick you, or bite you, and you go rolling down. And that's what happened. I got saved by a barrel cactus. I rolled into that thing, and now you're all thinking, man, you got to get tore up. I had 3 thorns in me. They got curved thorns like this. And I rolled down, I hit this thing, it was like hitting a bench spring. And I kind of bounced back a little bit, and I didn't go over. My detector's laying up on the hill. And I got up, and I couldn't quite move because they were in my shirt, but only 3 of them got into my body. And they're all pointed like different kind of directions. So you have to wiggle my way out. But that saved my butt. And I've gotten back in the desert or bush, as they would say in Aussie land, pretty far and had it rain. The very first time that happened to me, I was not ready for it. And I had 2 days of just water and candy. And now I carry food and stuff.
Are you able to keep up?
There are large washes here in glasses.
And we hope that we don't miss your questions. We're trying, y'all.
Big washes can be a good place to hunt on the banks, and if there's bedrock exposed. I mean, man, if you got 40 feet or 20 feet or even 10 feet overburden, the gold's going to go deep. And in a situation where I have a wash that's too deep to use a detector, we dig. If we're already finding gold in the shallow areas, we dig. We move the gravels to the sides, detect the bottom of the wash, and move it back.
We're gonna maybe have to come up with a different way to do this because I'm reading people's stuff and you're talking and it's like I need to tell you this person's saying something, but I don't want to interrupt you, so I don't know how we're gonna do this. And I want to say hi to everybody that's saying hello.
Get with it. I got no questions right now.
Right? No, you do. You do. Let's see, where was it? He says, "Hello, Bill and Tammy. I appreciate your videos. Thank you." Oh, I can't read what that says. Oh, something. I apologize. Oh, he says, "Have you ever
Old HD writer.
ran into banditos?"
Wow. Thanks again, man.
So there was a question. Have you ever ran into banditos? And then
No. I know people
you-
have been ripped off.
yes,
out there.
he's wearing a Nugget shooter hat. Yes, he is. Someone asked if
It's not a new one. I'm
Secret
waiting on an
Keep
order. I
Confidence.
only have a couple green ones and a tan one left right now. Thank you, Ann.
Someone's talking about breathing in the desert dust here and digging and stuff. Oh,
Absolutely, Cargo Dan. He's saying don't breathe. And Tammy just read it to you here because we have a problem with our air here. You don't want to breathe in a lot of dust. And it's tough to do in this state. But we have something called valley fever here. And at first I thought it was a virus. It's not a virus. It's a fungus. And the darn thing grows in your lungs or in the joints in your arms, knees. And your dog can get it. We've got one dog that has it right now. We're giving her medication.
Yeah, she has valley fever. She's on her 3rd month of it. She's got to take it 6 months, and then we have to take her back to the vet.
Yeah, and hopefully she'll be clean, or she's got to do it another. It can take up to 2 years to get rid of it. Nasty stuff. And they'll eventually kill you if you don't do something about it.
Chris, I hope I'm not missing anybody.
No.
I'd like to buy a hat, but you got to get some more made up, right?
Yeah, I've got to get some more made up, but I've got a couple. They're on my website. I've got a tan one left, and I think, you know what? I've got 4 or 5 blue ones, a tan one, and a couple of green ones, I think. And you can find it nuggetshooter.com is my website. And I go to the store and click on the top and go to store. And they're all the way at the bottom somewhere. Yeah, valley fever. It's a fungus that they've discovered. They can actually cure you with it, cure you of it. But it's not just here. It's in the Southern California area.
Yeah, I know it's in California, but it's not everywhere. It's just,
Mexico has it. It's a funny thing. It just grows in your body and messes you up.
yeah, I mean, and if you have a weaker immune system, I'm sure that might have something to do with it, right?
Yeah, because basically when you live here, whether you breathe a lot of dust or not, it may increase your odds breathing more dust, but we all have it in our system when you live here.
So he told me all about it because I've been here 5 years. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got this fungus in me. Like, what? But yeah. And Nikki's prospecting says, do you guys go out prospecting in the winter? I see some of you do it, and it makes me cold just watching them. It doesn't get that cold here.
Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, it's our cold weather's right now, and it's getting down to
50s and 60s. I mean, it's
50s and
chilly,
60s
but I still
Fahrenheit.
think it's tolerable for if you put a good hoodie on and jacket to.
That's Fahrenheit.
Except,
that's not Celsius.
yeah, except for the buggy ride. The buggy ride is freezing cold. We have no windshield on our buggy. Oh my God, it was cold when we went out on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve we went out with our friend Sean.
Yeah.
And I froze to death on the buggy.
It was 64 here today. So
yeah, we're staying in around the 50s, lower 60s right now.
Best areas in Arizona to dry wash. Those books that I told you. If you're not in a club, join a club. Simple as that. Or become a patron to somebody that offers those kind of things. You learn that way. You learn where to go. And once you start learning by being, club claims are great for dry washing. I mean, GPA claims and Roadrunner claims and some of the other clubs in the area, Desert Gold Diggers, there's a bunch of them. And you can do real well dry washing on their claims. And the areas, when you're in a club, the areas you go to, you're also going to find that they're in that literature I said to download off of Google. And it helps a lot. You know right where you're at. You've got it someplace you know there's gold. You learn, and if you don't want to be in the club forever, you drop out eventually and go off on your own. But I'm a member of several clubs.
We got several questions coming up, honey.
Okay.
The next one is about rattlesnakes. Do you run it?
Yeah.
Richard says, do you run across rattlesnakes very often?
Yeah, Richard. I sure do.
We have them in our yard. I watched one go under our house one day.
Yeah. I usually, if we find them in the yard here, I relocate them, catch them. It's really easy to throw them in a 5-gallon bucket and then drop another 5-gallon bucket in on top. They're designed to stop like that far from the bottom when you stack them. Perfect. Out in the desert, yes, I do. And I've done some videos on rattlesnakes and with rattlesnakes in them. And in one of them, I almost step on one. He just lays there and doesn't pay any attention to me. They're funny critters. If you don't threaten them and don't bug them, they don't bug you. They just want you to go away. They don't want to waste their venom on something they can't swallow. Pay attention to where you are. Always be aware in the desert.
Basically.
Earlier, I said everything here will prick you, stick you, or bite you.
And yes, it will. I've got my sticks, that's for sure.
What's next, son?
Let's see. Okay. Do you have wild birds walk up behind you often?
Yeah, depends on where you're at.
I've never had that, but
I have, and it scares the crap out of you. But I think the worst one for me was I came around the corner one time and there was a herd of javelina between me and where they wanted to go, and it was a narrow wash, not much bigger than this room. I snuggled up against the wall of the rock, and they were all shook up because they're really only 40 pounds or so, big ones. But when they see a human or whatever, they puff up. They think they're like 300 pounds. They're coming through that wash. I thought they were going to kill me, but they just went on by.
Okay, Anthony Constance says, have you ever had gold fever so bad you went out hunting at night?
Absolutely, still do. My fever includes the desert too, so it's double for me. I love it out there. So, yeah.
Terry Curry says, any thoughts of OKM detectors and why they cost $35,000? I believe is that. I don't even know what that is. That detector.
That's the deep seekers, I think. Those are best for looking for voids and whatnot, for looking for treasure boxes and stuff underground.
That's crazy, 35,000.
Maybe to find huge nuggets and stuff. I've never used anything like that, so I really don't have an answer. I've never found a need for one. And um, one exciting thing that's coming up, though, speaking of detectors, is we got a new GPX 6000 from Mine Lab coming. And I'm going to be able to say a lot more about this machine soon. And it's going to be really something. It really is. And we're looking at late spring before it's available. But this thing's going to change detecting forever. I'm going to tell you that right now. And well, it's really all I can say right now until they release more. I don't want to say things that aren't true. Okay.
Someone says, Privateer says, I've seen you try to stand on your bow monster, but do not see it anymore. How do you like it?
I do like it. And it is a,
I can't see very well.
the stand is from Nocta. And they're out of stock last time I looked because I tried to order some from my store. And I have a friend that makes them out of PVC pipe. I don't know if I have one over here. Yeah, I do. It's right there, that black thing right there. But he makes them out of PVC pipe and drills them out and clamps them right to the handle. But the ones from Nocta, grab that detector, would you please?
Which one?
Gold monster. The one from Nocta is pretty cool. I didn't quite fit the shaft right, so I had to put a washer in there to spread it a little. But this one just kind of folds out. And there you go. And it's not in your way all the time. Hold it back in. I think they're somewhere around $20. I don't have them in stock because I keep saying they're on stock, but I did find myself one at Amazon. There you go. So just go to Amazon and look for Detector Stand by Nocta, and you should be able to find it.
Oh, wonder if I missed any.
Lapidary. Okay, I see you try to stand on. Okay, let's go. Remember, Bill, when you ran into the mountain lion? Ooh, yeah.
Here, you told that story.
That was an amazing.
I can't even imagine that. I think
I mean,
about it sometimes when I'm out there.
Face to face with it. Yeah. I learned to wear a mask because you don't want to get rock dust in your lungs.
No, you do not.
No, and I don't know which disease that is.
Bite me 1167. Trying to acknowledge everybody.
What's the disease when you get rock in your lung? But yeah, a lot of people
have no
got
idea.
that in the old days from
know.
breathing silica.
Oh, you talking about the mesothelioma?
Yeah, I believe that's what they call it.
I could be wrong though. I don't know.
Hi, Bite Me.
Oh, by the way, my dad and uncle are supposed to be watching, so if you're still watching, hi y'all in Virginia. I miss y'all.
Arizona surprise. Oh, sunrise. You know what? I'll do that. But you know what? I do more of that in the summer because I have to admit I'm a wimp here, don't I?
What?
It's just too cold early in the morning.
I hate being hot, and he hates being cold, so I don't mind being cold.
I like it 100 degrees.
No. I want it 60s.
But I'll do it. I'll put some more in there.
Okay, let's see if we're missing anything. Someone said something.
I'll go. Okay. Can you mention one more time where to get the pick head you showed us last week? I'd like to order one. You order them for me. You know what? I'll put them up at my store probably tomorrow. It's $69.95 for one with a handle. If you come pick it up here, and there's one right there hanging on the wall. You can see it. All right, there.
I'll get it, honey.
They're very light.
I feel like the Price is Right girl or something.
Yeah. And if you just buy the head, of course, that lessens the shipping considerably. You might even be able to get it in a flat rate priority mail box. Haven't tried that yet. But Lee's got the COVID right now. He's on day 3 or 4, I think, with it. And he's doing real well. He said he started out with it and It felt like his whole body was pins and needles. He couldn't smell or taste
Oh,
anything.
Uncle
And
Ron said what that lung thing is.
he's he's on the third day, and he feels great. He said he's just
He'll
congested
get
now.
better.
So hopefully he'll be just fine.
Thank you, Diggin'. And I just have to say, you guys have some really good cooking methods. Very fun to watch. Thank you.
That's all her.
That's one of my main things I do around here is a lot of cooking. That's for sure.
I spend all my time trying not to get fat.
Yeah, that's the thing. Both of us. Let's see.
I do coffee.
I
Tammy
do it
does
sometimes. I drink a lot of different teas. I love tea. But I do coffee sometimes. Yes, I do, Anne Marie.
Hey, you know what? My buddy Kevin Hoagland is roasting coffee right now. And he's got some that we've gone back and forth, and I tasted coffee, but it's going to be Nugget shooter roast. Pretty cool.
Kevin.
Yeah, so he roasts and sells coffee. It's pretty cool.
Right.
So
Try
little
not to
dry
miss
blower, you got
anybody.
the timber one.
Are you reading it? Southern Cross?
The little bitty dry washer, the dry blower, is made by a friend of mine, and so it's just for sampling. Are you talking about the one with the motor, Southern Cross? Get together schedule. With COVID stuff going on, Joe, I'm just basically doing my Patreon stuff, and my Patreon page is Nugget Shooter Journals. If you go to Patreon, and there's different ways you can join and whatnot. And we do a couple outings a year, smaller. The other outings are getting so darn big you couldn't handle it, man. The last one had over 200 people.
Dog.
And we were totally not prepared for that. Yeah, all this rain. Good luck with these shooters. Thank you, Cargo Dan. Plenty time, howdy.
That's funny. She said maybe Jeff Williams needs to watch some of my cooking videos. But Jeff's an excellent gold hunter. I can cook, but that man can hunt. He knows what he's doing, just like my honey here.
Don't watch your peach cobbler video, man. They'll put you into a food coma.
Yeah, right.
I'd love to go to Australia.
Going fast. Oh no.
Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Wally, that pick only weighs like 3 pounds.
By the way, Outdoor Wally, I got my bracelet on that you made me. I love it. If everybody can see this,
Gary Wheeler.
this guy made me the bracelet, Outdoor Wally.
Gary Wheeler used to ask about a cover for that SDC. Hand me that thing.
Hi, Gary.
Vanna?
Yeah, Vanna, or whatever, Price is Right chick.
Okay, we'll get Vanna to grab it.
Where's that, honey?
Good friend of mine,
Oh.
Gary Wheeler,
Here you go.
made me this, guys. Look at this.
I'm going to the ladies' room. I'll be
Yeah,
back,
she would
y'all.
get hit in the head anyway. Check this out. That's a cover for my SDC. This is handmade, hand tooled, and lasered. I'm so happy with that. It's just so cool. You don't get no better than that, man. It really doesn't. And thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure on the GPAA shows. Yeah, solid leather, man. It is nice. I really like it. It's lightweight, fits tight. Some of the other ones tend to be a little bit sloppy that are on the market. And this is the best fit I've ever had in one. All right, we'll see you later, Lester. Thanks for coming in, man. Really appreciate it. More than you'll ever know, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah, we almost got 100 people in here.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Thank you all for joining us.
Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of people from over the pond, as they say. Well, I really love watching you guys in Australia, man. You are an inspiration. Yeah. And I watch how hard you work out there. And you put me out there, all them eucalyptus trees. Like this is like here, where in the desert all looks the same. So it's easy to get lost if you're not familiar with it. But man, I watch those videos. So those places you're hunting, it looks the same for miles. You know, except for there's a quartz blow here and a little redder here.
Yeah.
They're so red.
I know the dirt is so red. We're amazed. we watch when we watch, Australia gold shows or whatever. Got like Aussie gold hunters. It's just amazing. We
Golden
get so
reward?
excited.
Yes, I do. Yes, I absolutely do plot my finds on maps. That's one of the secrets we all use. And the funny thing is, you're in a big area, you definitely start noticing a trend real quick. And if you add that trend you're noticing to a geological map and look at where you're finding gold and compare it to a geological map, it'll surprise you what you can learn. And then you can start looking around for that same trend elsewhere, and 8 times out of 10 you're going to score again.
I might have to get me some glasses, y'all. I'm struggling reading over there a little bit, not real bad.
Yeah, when I can get one in my hand, Southern Cross, I will. And that's not going to be
Hi, David.
the overseas market and some of the places there have it, but it's in their version, the U.S. version, and the will be coming out in late spring. And absolutely, I will be doing a review on it. And I've already got to see the machine. I got it in my hands. There's just not a whole lot I can say right now until MineLab actually releases the information, and that'll be really soon. They're still scrambling, trying to get everything squared away so it's fair to everybody on the release and everything. And as the information comes out, I think you're going to be pretty well amazed. Yeah, Michael, happy retirement. Yes, retired 15 years
Hi,
ago. You
Julie,
did.
Frank. Thank you for joining us, Julie.
I work more hunting rocks and gold now than I did when I was working at a job. I watch you. Mark Gordon. Is that your channel? Mark Gendron.
Where do you see this? I'm missing something?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay.
MineLab Gold Australia. It's a good channel. I watch it all the time. Yeah, they're doing that. That's what they're doing here right now. Is just flashing around, showing it off to the people. Pairing with dealers and showing it off. That's how I got to see it. They're showing it off in Quartzsite, Arizona, and I went down there and met up with Brett. And his shop was displaying it there at the RV show. North Carolina, welcome, David.
You can go outside. I gotta let these chihuahuas out.
David, Bruno.
I know. I think they want to go out.
Hey, Digging Richmond. Howdy. Prospecting pirates. Oh boy. Boy, that's a loaded question, man. I've lost friends due to that. And geez, I could go into some horror stories about that. That for some reason gold does funny things to people, or maybe it's funny people get things done to them by gold. I'm not sure which way to go with that one. But yeah, some people just can't help themselves. If you take them to a spot, they know there's gold there. You say, please don't go back. It's my private claim. You go back there 3 days later and their truck's there and they get to dig holes everywhere. But to be honest with you, most prospectors I met and got to know, no, I didn't fill up the Hacienda, but it did get the other washes. The pirates are a real thing, and if you give too much information or take somebody that can't stand knowing there's gold there, they'll go back and clean you out. And I've had it happen more than once. It's sad but true. There you go. Purple newbie juice. Welcome, Todd. And that's true. They lose a lot, and it depends on the guy dry washing too, where you got it tilted, how you got it set up, and that can add to the loss or gain considerably.
Hello, Kevin Hubbard.
Oh, you were joking, Digging Richmond. But yeah, we do have good places for boating, but we got none of them kind of pirates.
No.
Our pirates steal our gold spots.
Have a good evening, Southern Cross Prospecting.
Good night, good day, whatever it is. It's not
Yeah.
evening over there.
I don't even know. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's probably going out hunting. We're going to be going to bed.
Yeah, right. We'll be going to bed. Hi, Purple Newbie Juice. I've wanted to go sniping, but no, you've never been sniping, have you? Jason.
Yeah, oh yeah, I've been
Oh, you
sniping lots
have?
of times,
Oh.
sure.
I wanted to try that myself, for sure.
We don't have enough water here. I've got to take her somewhere else to do
I
it.
know. I miss the water. I'm from Virginia, and I was surrounded by water in Virginia.
Kevin Hubbard, howdy. Oh man, got a good group here today, by golly. Hi, Todd.
Anne Marie said, how much rain did we get? A couple inches, maybe?
Couple inches in over 2 days, maybe 2 inches, a little better. But it's enough to move quite a bit of material in the washes.
Thank you, Washington Beach Mining. I have natural curly hair, so it's all curly.
Hey, Lenny, I'll wish you up a big one.
Hello, Jesse Mendez. Do you have a physical store or just online?
I do have a physical shop.
A little, it's little.
It's not a store that you come in and I got stuff hanging all over the walls.
Thank you so much, Washington Beach Mining.
It's more of a place to come talk and look at some MindLab stuff. I mostly have MindLab stuff here. I'm also a multi-line dealer with some Nugget and other detectors from them, and that's about it. I used to sell a few different brands, but a couple of them are gone now. I was a Tesoro dealer. And also had some worked with people that did whites, and I could get you that, but they're gone now too. So I don't know. The detecting world's changing a lot. But yeah, I got a little shop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a nice place to have coffee when this darn virus goes away.
Yeah, right.
Good, you can ramble now.
No, you ramble. You're good at it. Great. Kevin Hubbard says, great to meet the two of you. Did we meet?
Nice to meet you too, but I ain't meeting you. I'm sort of talking to you though.
Oh.
But they get to see us.
Oh, I didn't know. I've met so many people through gold prospecting with you and
the Gek. Howdy.
You being a celebrity, that some people forget if I met them or not because I've met so many. So if I did meet you, I apologize.
Howdy. Man, we got the whole darn community here. You guys are great. Hey, Jesse.
Hi, Lloyd Davidson. You have a good night. Thank you, the Gek. Hello, Roman with Rocco.
Yeah, well, we got to our hour, so I'll go on another few minutes here if you have any more questions, and then we're going to go.
Yep. Any more questions?
Have an adult beverage.
Or question for me, question for him.
How about asking Tammy a few questions
for Bruno?
So I can get a breath.
Oh, God. Really?
I think I need a breath. I like talking.
I know you do. Like I said, I just been sitting over here like Banner.
Okay, outdoor wall. Your favorite nugget? We'll let Tammy answer that. I've got a long list of them, and I talk about a lot in my story. But Tammy will tell you about hers and the bear that almost got her. Washington Beach, thank you so much.
Almost got me. Thank you, Ryan McGuire.
Tell them about that nugget, big nugget, your first big one.
Well, it's my biggest one actually. It's a one.
Washington Beach, send me your address.
The biggest nugget I found, y'all, is one gram nugget, and it's right when I started out filming. I hadn't been filming long and stuff, just learning to do YouTube filming and such. And we were working at a private claim, and I had already got a couple of little nuggets, and I was working hard on my hands and knees, scraping the wash down several inches of dirt. I mean, you work hard when you're doing that.
We're digging the bedrock.
Digging the bedrock, and then take the machine over it and dig more, more inches down. And then in the side, there was a big side bankment. It was really tall. And while I was on my hands and knees, I swear to God, something told me, like, all of a sudden says, dig in there right now. Get out the wash and just dig right to the right, about, I don't know, this far up in the bankment. And I was like, okay, so I stood up and put my gold monster over it, and it got a really loud signal, but I was thinking, it's trash.
Yeah, it was very nice, Washington Beach. I'm still blown away that you guys do that.
So yeah, I started digging the dirt from the signal, and I can see a tree root, and I keep going over it. It's pretty loud, and I get it in my scoop, And when I see it, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was going to be trash. It was a 1 gram nugget. And I was so overwhelmed with emotion because that's the biggest nugget I ever found in my life. I went to cut the camera on. I was so, like I say, overwhelmed that I cut the camera off. So everything in my expression and my emotion filming wasn't there. And I literally got teared up, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I got that emotional. And then because I couldn't film, he was way up the hill
That was about a quarter mile away.
in a bunch of brush. You got to go through so much brush and stuff. You want to wear a long sleeve shirt for sure to get cut up. I'm screaming, honey! Y'all know how I scream, honey? I'm screaming at the top of my lungs.
That moment.
So,
HD Rider, when you can pick it up with your fingers. Yeah.
I was screaming at the top of my lungs, basically, for him, and had to go up the hill. And if you watched our videos way back then, he actually does have it on film of me finding that nugget. So yes, that was my most exciting, biggest nugget find so far.
I didn't know what to do. I was up there with Bruno, and Bruno's ears went up because I don't hear so good. Yeah, I know I metal detector, I don't hear good. That's a long story. But anyway, Bruno's looking around and looking at me like, "What do we do?" And then I heard her. And I thought a bear had her because we saw bear poop when we were leaving camp in the morning, you know. And it was in the road. But yeah, I thought a bear had her or something, and that was a dog I had to get off my lap. And I went running down there, and it was great seeing her find that nugget.
It was very exciting.
Oh, I love your vis.
Excuse me, y'all. I gotta check my porch because if the dog's in, someone opened the gate, and then my
I
chicken
don't know what a
will
visola
be
is.
pooping on the porch.
Uh-oh. Bruno, you know, Bruno's the biggest bomber there ever is. He's got a thing about putting his butt by the camera when we're filming. I don't know what it is. Or there's a couple times I've been up there, or he's been above me in a wash, and I'm digging, and the get up there, start digging like this, and throw dirt at me. And speaking of that, I used to have a dog named Ginger. She just died a couple of years ago, and she was a Queensland Heeler, Blue Heeler mix. Really good dog, one of the best dogs I've ever had. She was pretty cool, but one time she chased lizards and stuff. Nothing I could do to stop her. She chased them. She seen them. She chased them. Well, I was digging a target, and she was about 3 feet up from me, is all on a bank, but it was a straight down drop. And I'm at the bottom. Nice target, man. I'm digging it up. I got a hole about this deep, not this big around. And I'll be darned if she didn't chase a lizard into a rock, about same size as the top of my hole. Okay, and I seen the dust and seen the rock coming, and I tried to pull my hand out, but the rock hit the hole before I get my hand out. It peeled all the skin off my fingers right there. I had to end the trip and go home. I was sure mad at her, but
Yeah, Miss Ginger.
some of those BBs from back
Hello,
in the
Bill Wright
60s.
from Connecticut.
Yeah, we're letting all you late guys in. We're having too much fun to leave yet, so.
I'll be on it over here. Sorry. Yeah, me too. Thank you, Secret Creek Prospecting.
Jeez.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. You better cut it out, though.
I know.
Man, I'll tell you what about this feller. I've had some of the best salmon of my life.
Oh my God.
He's an incredible fisherman.
Yum, yum, yum.
I'd have never met him without this community, without YouTube. And I've already met a lot of you people. And man, he sent me some of the best smoked salmon I think I've ever eaten in my life. And then some salmon roast, you know, the part right before the tail, that big old, awful huge. It had to have been off a pretty darn big fish. Yeah, that was some good eating, man. And now you're doing this too, man. Jeez.
I know, that salmon is very
Thank
good.
you for that salmon again. I don't mind times to tell you that.
I know. We enjoyed it thoroughly.
I'm gonna come down there and move onto this boat.
Right. I miss fresh seafood so much being from Virginia, and I was 2 hours away from the beach, Virginia Beach.
Tammy scared my girlfriend one night when I was creeping by the bed to the bathroom. I thought I had the volume down. And
I remember that. I remember you telling me that because I was so loud. Yes, I am a very loud woman from Virginia.
I've jumped out of more than one pair of pants. when
I'm
she
so
yelled.
sorry, y'all. I'm a loud talking lady.
Try our
Chili with lime juice. Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds good. Chili with lime
Oh,
juice.
salmon with chili and lime juice.
Oh yeah. That would be good. I thought it said chili at first. Like I said, I might need the glasses.
Oh, good question, Lenny. Both. There's a reason I got a few hanging back there, and it's not because I'm a show off or anything like that. I use all those detectors.
Man.
Some areas I prefer a VLF. If it's shallow ground, and I'm hunting really small gold, or I'm hunting a lot of the fine tailings piles in a dry washed area, there's a lot of reasons I pick a VLF. And if you watch my videos, I use a VLF a lot. I also use pulse induction a lot. And the pulse induction machine I pick depends on, again, on the ground, area I'm going to hunt, yada, yada. And I have 5 gold machines, and I use all of them. And one of them is the Equinox, but I use that more for coins and relics because the Gold Monster simply is a harder hitting machine because of the way it's designed than the Equinox. But the Equinox does a fine job. That's so funny.
I know, because I'm loud. I know.
Tell her we're sorry, though.
I know.
She scared me, too.
Hello, Alan Tennell from where? Bellingham, Washington. I really might have
He
to
gets
glasses.
salmon, too.
I've said this like 3 times.
Chinook King salmon is what it was. Yum.
Oh, yes, we do. I hope I'm not skipping something, but we do still use the firebox stove. We love that thing. Roman with Marco, yes, we do.
Yep, I highly recommend that. And he doesn't give us anything. There's nothing. I just really like his product. I don't even know the guy's name, but we still use it. We'll do some more videos with it. It's the coolest thing. You can cook with gelled alcohol. You can cook with sticks. I mean, not logs, sticks.
Yep.
And charcoal. You can use gas. I mean, it's amazing. It's his fault.
Hello, metal detecting for Arizona Gold.
All right, welcome. Yeah, we stuck around late, so found a 2.3 kilogram nugget about 8 years ago in the Golden Triangle. Wow! Man, I bet that made him sit down and think about life. That had to been. Were you with him? Did you get to see that?
What?
Bill, my step grandfather found a 2.3 kilogram nugget about 8 years ago in the Golden Triangle here in Victoria.
Oh my goodness.
That's I don't know. My biggest was 27 pounds with 19 ounces in it.
I don't even know how. I don't know. I'm worried I might have a heart attack if I find a big gold nugget.
Is Rod from Nuggets Heads near me? Yeah, he lives over on the other side of the valley. I know Rod. We see each other every now and then. Last one, what? Oh, late one. Oh, no. No, it's plenty people more late than you now, wild guy. So
Anne Marie said, imagine if I found a nugget that size and how I scream honey. I was just saying earlier, I might would have a heart attack if I found a nugget that big.
Probably both would.
I don't know what I would do. I would cry. I know what I would do. I would cry, y'all. I promise you that I would cry.
Oh, it'd been nice to see found. I would love to see the look on his face. It had to have been just a moment that I found a couple big ones in my life and a couple pockets that have pretty good gold in it.
I can't wait to do that.
One wash had 10.5 ounces in it, just a short little wash. And I know how that feels. It's just an amazing, amazing feeling.
Right, Anne Marie, I would probably faint. I don't know. That would be a crazy reaction. A lot of emotion. And do you sell used detectors?
Rarely, because I don't get any. So no, I don't take trade-ins as a rule. I used to years ago when technology was more stable. Things are advancing so fast now that when people are trading in detectors, it's already like 40-year-old technology, and stuff coming out now just blows me away. I mean, it just blows me away. Where do you see this new GPX 6000? It's amazing what the new technology, all the new computer gadgets, everything else that's out there now, is also being used to make metal detectors and whatever else. And it is absolutely amazing what they're doing now.
Hello, Stephen Blevins. Steve and Shannon say hi from Page, Arizona.
Rody Gold. Well, how about that? Who we got here, Steve or the other half?
And Steve Blevins says Steve and Shannon say hi from Page, Arizona.
No, right here.
Oh, hi, Brody Gold. Hi, Alicia and Steve.
You made her yell. See what happens?
Sorry, y'all.
Hi, Steve and Shannon.
Is there a hard case for the Gold Monster 1000? They asked. Bruce did.
One day you'll get told about that spot, Lenny. Oh, let me know. I'll come to Australia. Is there a hard case available for the GM? Yeah, go to Walmart and take about $30 with you and buy a shotgun case with padded, and just make sure it's deep enough for the control box. Needs to be at least 4 inches or so. And then the foam holds it in there just pretty as please. My lab doesn't make one though. Yes, there are still 10-ounce washes out there. I know of a wash close to here that was found, and over 2 ounces came out of it real recently. Yeah, they're out there. I could tell you some stories, and I have, as I move along here, right now I just don't have time to tell some of the stories. Are pretty detailed.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. You're talking about a bunch of people out there with coils about this big or maybe up to even this big, swinging around looking for nuggets. And how many miles of ground can actually be covered even in 20 years? Yeah, a lot of places have been hunted to death. Those are the really hot spots, the concentrated spots. They pounded them. There's so many areas out there just weren't worth it back then, but now with the technology we have, it's opening up everything again.
And I just want to say real quick though,
Fires.
as we're talking about channels and such, and Grody Gold is here. That's another great channel over in Australia, Alicia and Steve. And when I first started out, we've been supporting each other. Well, they've been at my channel since I started out, and they do really great videos. So I just want to give them a shout out. Y'all check them out. There's so many channels out there. It's so hard to keep up, but there's so many great metal detecting channels, y'all. But that's one of mine that I do like for sure. I like a lot of them, but yeah, go check out Grody Gold prospecting.
No. Black sand, that's always a good indicator. But it may not be gold. There's iron. Iron is one of the most abundant minerals on the earth. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Lynx Creek, old HD rider. That's a good area. It still gives people good gold. I bet you were scraping little cracks up under the banks, weren't you? Yes, keep finding stuff people missed. And I bet that's because you crawl like a snail out there. Move slow, hunt everywhere. Yeah. The Gold Monster is still going to be the best VLF out there. And it's going to have its places and its uses. As far as the GPX being a game changer, absolutely. It is going to be.
I don't even know what's
Yeah, they were barking away. Yeah, Harbor Freight does. Absolutely. Thank you, Grody Gold. There's a nice story around it. Nugget, how you found it. Man, I love those stories. Yeah, I'll tell you, your country's the king of the big ones. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Chihuahua alarm's going off. They've been locked up for an hour. They're pretty frisky.
Ew. No, be quiet.
Hush up, Dixie.
Daggone dogs.
Well, everybody, it's about 5:30.
No,
It's been an hour and a half.
I don't even know. Oh, is it? Wow.
Yeah. So I think we're going to call it a night, and we really
Yeah.
appreciate all you that showed up.
Yes, thank you so much.
And to you that donated to our cause, every penny of that stuff goes right to what we do here. It goes to camera parts, it goes to gas, a lot of gas, and it goes to keeping our equipment repaired well enough to get out there. And what Tammy and I will both try to do is entertain you as best we can and share as much information as I can to help you guys do what I do. I'm so passionate about it that I just want to
Yes,
share.
I agree, Alicia.
Want to share.
About the swinging. Yes.
Swing speed is
Yes.
the
Totally.
key.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolute key. And the swing speed for road to go is so different. Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier, that when I train people that are coin relic hunters, good ones, those guys move fast, and you're gonna walk right over gold doing that.
Yes. I learned that for sure. Thank you
You're all very welcome.
Thank you all for coming. So appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lenny. Thank you for your story.
Ramble over each other.
Look at this.
I know, right?
Lenny said that I'd like to talk to you more about some of those finds of your grandfather's.
I
That's
know,
pretty
right?
cool.
That is a cool story.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good to see you, Roman with Rocco. Good to have you here. All of you. Anne Marie, everybody.
Yes,
I mean,
thank you.
Julie, Frank. Always
Yes,
good to have you guys
everybody.
around.
Purple
Max,
Newbie Juice.
Wow Guy.
Gordy Gold. Awesome.
Without all you folks, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. Love you all. Later.
Bye, y'all.
3, 2, 1, and see ya.